Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and germs. This is Edwin Learnard. In this astrological segment on YouTube, I'm going to dissertate and discuss Sun in Scorpio. People with the Sun in Scorpio can really be, pretty intense, magnetic, charismatic people. They often, confront someone if they're bothered through biting or cutting sarcasm, incisiveness rather than physical retaliation. So we know it's the 8th sign of the zodiac, and that's connected with occult matters and things like astrology, and many Scorpio people are enamored by that subject for that reason. Scorpios can be very intuitive, as that they have very keen insight and intuition, and really have the ability to get to the heart of a matter. They can see somebody's weakness really in an instant and see somebody's positive traits and qualities at alarming speed as well. Scorpios are very investigative. They can be very inquisitive. They're not the type of people to divulge or reveal too much regarding themselves, but can be very curious, investigative regarding other people. But they are so mysterious and secretive. They're very complex in character, and thus, consequently, very difficult to really understand. Scorpios make staunch allies, but at the same time, they could be a formidable opponent. I'm sure we've all heard that expression, or the majority of us: hath no fury like a woman scorn. Well, hath no fury like a Scorpio scorn. Scorpios, besides being good friends, make very, powerful adversary for somebody, and they can be vindictive, at least on some level. And Scorpios usually have a very good way of exacting their revenge on somebody. If somebody's done them wrong, you don't want to make a Scorpio person really that angry. And a lot of times it won't be through some physical confrontation or hitting somebody. It could be done in some way where, when it's all said and done, you won't even know what hit you, at least from a figurative standpoint. Scorpios can be, very cunning. At their worst, they could be, spiteful, and they can be manipulative and vindictive. Scorpio people can really have, a way about them that sometimes they could have kind of the snub-nosed, outlook on life. But also Scorpios can be very powerful, and whether that could be directed towards something good or bad, a lot of that is dependent on the other elements, aspects to Scorpio, to the Sun in Scorpio in the native's horoscope. Scorpios also, being a fixed sign, can be very resolute and obviously very immutable, and once their mind is made up, it's very hard to change it, and they very rarely will reverse their decision, whether it's for good or poor. Sometimes this could be positive, as they could be persistent and they're strong in their viewpoints, and other times, of course, they could be maybe a little bit more philosophical on some issues and have more, of an open mind. The good thing about somebody, like a Scorpio, being resolute, and for example, if it's sticking up for a friend or something, and if they're using their determination, maybe in positive ways, if it's to write, a Nobel Peace Prize, winning an essay, or trying to investigate a murder or something. So there's always some good qualities that come with the persistence and some, we could say, the intransigence of somebody that is a Scorpio. Scorpios, often have very staring eyes. They can either have very small or very large eyes, but there is a very penetrating gaze that's connected with Scorpio, and it's very often difficult to look them in the eye you don't want to necessarily have a staring contest with a Scorpio person. I'd like to say some famous Scorpios are Julia Roberts, and actress Julia Roberts. Astronomer William Herschel is a famous, astronomer. Sally Kirkland is a famous Scorpio. Tanya Harding is a former U.S. skater. She is another famous Scorpio, we could say. Walter Cronkite, who obviously, is a newscaster. He's very, investigative personality. He seems to fit, the Scorpio mold, I guess you can say. Some careers for Scorpios, I would say, would be ideal. Be like psychologist or psychiatrist, detective, anything with law enforcement would be good because their investigative prowess. Even scientific research, anything associated with research is really ideal for Scorpio personalities, I believe. Could be even somebody, I guess we could say, somebody in astrology, or somebody can do something connected with the occult or astrology. They like mysteries and hidden matters, and they love to get to the bottom of things. So those professions would really be ideal for Scorpio people. And this will do it for this astrological segment, and as far as my dissertation of Scorpio. And in my next segment, I will be delineating, analyzing, talking about the Sun in Sagittarius. And until then, I'll see you later on, and take care, people.